It's not possible!
My lady, please! Stay calm!
She's pregnant! Alert the king! Now! No, don't, please!
The palace discovered the princess was pregnant 3 days before the royal wedding, unfortunately for everyone involved. The child might not belong to the future king. By morning, Buckingham Palace had already fallen into silence. Servants stopped speaking in corridors. Advisors whispered behind closed doors. Somewhere in the eastern wing, a maid accidentally dropped an entire tray of crystal glasses after overhearing one sentence. If the press finds out, the monarchy may not survive this. Queen Eleanor received the news before sunrise. The royal physician stood silently across from her desk. How far along? The queen asked. Approximately 7 weeks. The queen closed her eyes briefly. 3 days before Princess Amelia was supposed to marry Crown Prince Frederick before millions of viewers worldwide. Then came the more dangerous question. And the father? The doctor hesitated. That hesitation was answer enough. Lieutenant Daniel Hart had already sensed something was wrong. His assignments changed overnight. Extra guards followed Amelia constantly now. Palace security tightened around her like a cage slowly closing. No. Accusations were spoken aloud. Royal institutions preferred pressure over confrontation. Still, Daniel understood the message clearly. Stay away from the princess. The problem was that Amelia no longer knew how. Months earlier, their relationship had begun with something dangerously simple. Honesty. One evening during a diplomatic reception, Amelia slipped onto a private balcony overlooking the palace gardens. Rain drifted softly through the darkness beyond. Daniel remained near the doorway behind her in silence. Then Amelia quietly asked, "Do you ever feel trapped here?" The question should not have been answered, but after several seconds, Daniel replied, "Yes." That single word changed everything. Because nobody inside royal life ever spoke honestly to her. After that night, they kept finding each other. Late conversations after charity events. Midnight walks near the greenhouse. Long silences that somehow felt intimate. Daniel resisted at first. He knew exactly how stories like this ended. Not with happiness. With destruction. But loneliness inside palaces could make even dangerous things feel beautiful. And somewhere between winter rain and empty corridors, they fell in love. The first person to discover the truth was Prince Frederick. 2 nights before the wedding, he entered the palace library searching for Amelia. Instead, he found Daniel's military coat resting beside her chair. Inside the pocket sat a folded note. Only one sentence. "I wish I had met you before the crown did." Frederick stared at the words for a long time, then quietly sat beside the dying fireplace alone. Not angry, just heartbroken. The confrontation happened the next morning. Amelia entered the queen's breakfast chamber expecting tea. Instead she found Queen Eleanor, Prince Frederick, the royal physician, and a pregnancy report waiting on the table. Frederick spoke first. "Is the child mine?" Amelia tried to answer. Coldn, single quotes D. That silence shattered the room. Queen Eleanor slammed her hand against the table hard. "Enough to shake the crystal glasses. You've endangered the monarchy for a palace guard." Amelia's eyes filled with tears. "No," she whispered. "I endangered it for the first person who ever treated me like a human being." Daniel was arrested less than an hour later. Officially, breach of royal conduct. Unofficially, everyone already knew. By evening, the scandal exploded across Britain after a photograph leaked online showing Amelia kissing Daniel beneath the palace garden archway. Crowds gathered outside Buckingham Palace despite the freezing rain. For the first time in years, the monarchy no longer looked powerful. It looked fragile. Human. Afraid. Near midnight, Queen Eleanor visited Daniel alone beneath the palace. Without speaking, she placed a document onto the table, a DNA report. Daniel frowned, then noticed the date. The test had been done weeks earlier, long before the scandal exploded, long before the arrest. The Queen had already known everything. Daniel slowly looked up. You leaked the story. The Queen said nothing, which was answer enough. She would never survive as Queen after choosing you. Eleanor said quietly. Daniel stared at her in disbelief. So you destroyed her? The Queen looked away. I saved the crown. An hour later, Daniel was quietly released. Outside the palace gates, a black car waited beneath the rain. Inside sat Princess Amelia. Tears filled her eyes. The moment she saw him, they're giving me a choice, she whispered. Daniel already understood. If she left with him, the monarchy would collapse. The press would destroy them forever. Their child would become a scandal before birth. But if she stayed, she would lose the only real love she had ever known. Amelia looked at him helplessly. I don't know what to do. Daniel gently took her hand. Then softly said the words that broke both of them. If you leave tonight, they will spend the rest of your life punishing you for it. Amelia began crying silently, not loudly. Not dramatically, the way royal women probably had for centuries. Quietly. Beautifully. The next morning, Princess Amelia returned to Buckingham Palace alone. By noon, the royal wedding was officially cancelled due to private family matters. Prince Frederick returned to Denmark days later. Daniel Hart resigned from royal service and disappeared from public life completely. Months afterward, Amelia gave birth to a daughter at a private royal estate in Scotland. No father was listed on the birth certificate. The monarchy survived. Of course it did. That was what institutions were built to do. But years later, palace staff still whispered about that winter. About the princess who almost abandoned the crown for love. And during the official ceremonies, people occasionally noticed something strange beneath Princess Amelia's sleeve. An old silver military watch, one that had once belonged to Lieutenant Daniel Hart. Do you think Amelia made the right choice? Would you abandon the crown for love? Tell us in the comments below. And subscribe for more untold royal stories.